What's happening, guys? So we are here for the match preview of Inter Milan versus Arsenal in the Champions League, our last away fixture of the Champions League league phase. And we're away from home, obviously, San Siro. We lost there last season in the Champions League. And this time we'll go there again. And whether we'll rectify what happened last season, we shall see. But Inter Milan away from home. When we're playing with our goofy form right now. So we've got the match preview to get through. And then we need to talk about Egal. Because I listened to his stream that he did yesterday, telling Arsenal fans, those Arteta outers and that, to calm down. So yeah, we're gonna get into that later on. This is not live as you're watching this, but I didn't want this to be pre-recorded because I didn't want to go through what went through last night. So this is recording backstage and it's being premiered as you guys are watching it now. So we'll get through the match preview and then we'll talk about Egal, fam. We'll react to what he had to say. And it's no beef. It's no beef, no nothing. Yeah. Anybody I do videos on, I don't dislike them. It's not that kind of party. Yeah. I just might not agree with. Now, I don't agree with everything that Egal says, but he has the right to say what he's saying. I'm not like some YouTubers out here that go all personal with Egal and everything like that. You know what I mean? It's not like that. Not that kind of party. Yeah. Although fans like Egal do piss me off, the toxic positivity, because it's fans like that is why this club standards are on the floor. But anyways, let's get into this match preview first, and then we'll go from there. So, Champions League action, let's get it. Both at the top of their domestic leagues, Inter Milan and Arsenal, clash in the UEFA Champions League for the second successive season in a game that seemingly holds far more importance for the Italian side. Now unbeaten in 6 matches after a 1-0 victory over Udinese on Saturday, winning 5-1, Inter will look to carry momentum into their Champions League campaign. So, yeah, that's Inter Milan, looking for the opened successive wins, back-to-back defeats. Most recent came on this ground against English opposition Liverpool. Means their top 8 position is far from secure. I'm not sure where they are in the table, actually. I didn't even look. But, it's more important for them than us. I mean, finishing top, big whoop to do. I don't care about finishing top of the Champions League. Just be in the top 8. Yeah? Just be in a position where it's cushy for us in terms of when it comes to the knockouts, we're the ones that's got the second leg at home. If I forget that, that's all I care about. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're also facing last season's finalists, by the way. Inter Milan got smoked 5-0 in the Champions League final to PSG. Inter Milan just love gifting clubs their first Champions League, don't they? I hope we get them in the Champions League final if we make it there then. Jesus. While Arsenal were left despoiled by the goalless draw against Nottingham Forest, which, was an absolute shambles, by the way, guys. Like, another goalless draw in the Premier League. Again! Yeah. And although there's been a dodgy refereeing decision in terms of a penalty not given.
I've seen him do it!
Handball and all that. It is what it is. I said before, anytime that a game's tight, I might have to lose this background because it's just not working for me. Anytime a game's super tight, stuff like that always happens. It is what it is. You know what I mean? We can bitch, cry, and moan, but nothing's just going to change, is it? It's just not. You know what I mean? That's why I'm so crucial on these players when they don't pick up all 3 points. Yeah. They still extended their unbeaten run to 11 matches, winning 9, drawing 2, which started with a 3-0 thrashing of Club Brugge in their last Champions League outing. The Gunners arrived in San Siro with a 100% record in this season's competition, winning 6, and only unbeaten side left standing. Oh, we're the only unbeaten side left in the Champions League. Jesus Christ. I didn't even know that, you know. I mean, only unbeaten side.
I beg your pardon?
Anyways. Only unbeaten sides of standing, putting them just a point away from sealing top 8 finish. So just a point we need. A 7th successive Champions League victory would mark new club record, and all 3 of the away wins they've managed in that sequence came without reply. Few would look back against them rewriting history here. Well, yeah, it's all good rewriting history and doing all this stuff and blah, 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 breaking history, making history, whatever you want to call it. We need to get over the line. Let's make history and win this competition, yeah? Let's make history on winning the Premier League, winning the EFL Cup, winning the Champions League, yeah? I'd say FA Cup, we're in the 4th round so far. But yeah, let's make history and winning them all, yeah? Do that. Head-to-head history. Inter have won 2 of the previous 3 Champions League head-to-heads, losing 1, including a 1-0 success in this ground last term. Arsenal's last away victory against Italian opposition in this competition came back in 2008, failing to score in their 5 such games since, drawing 1, losing 4. So Inter have scored exactly once in 4 of the last 7 games. All 12 of Inter's Champions League goals this term came in the 30th minute or later. 13 of Arsenal's 17 Champions League goals came after half-time, second half, FC. 9 of Arsenal's last 13 Champions League away wins came by 2+ goal margin. So, yeah. It's on Discovery Plus and Amazon Prime as well. So that's all good. I'll be doing a watch along for it tomorrow night anyway. So they've got 4 players that will not play. We've got Calafiori and Max Doman that won't play. Hincapié is questionable. So I expect him to be on the bench. Yeah. So Inter Milan have won 4 of the last 5 matches, drawing 1. Arsenal in all comps have won 3 of the last 5, drawing 2. And the last 4 times we've played each other, last time we played Inter Milan, we were beaten 1-0. Before that, we beat them in the Emirates Cup in 2007. I'm sure that stands for Emirates Cup. Yeah, it does. Emirates Cup in 2007. Whoop-to-do. 2-1 win. And before that, we beat them 5-1 in the Champions League in 2003. You know, Henry settings and all that. And the Champions League in 2003, also, we beat them. No, we were beaten 3-0 at Highbury. We returned there by going there and winning 5-1. So, yeah, I do think we'll beat Inter Milan tomorrow. In all fairness, despite how stinky we're playing. We're looking forward to some Champions League action because in the recent games that we've been playing, this is probably the best you'll see of Arsenal in recent times. Even though Inter Milan, I mean, it's not the same Inter Milan in terms of, you know, they don't have Simone Inzaghi. I'm actually not sure who their manager is, in all fairness. But Arsenal in the Champions League won the last 5. Yeah, we're the only ones that have won our last 5 games in the Champions League. But it's all good doing all this. But I remember last season, Liverpool were killing it in the Champions League. And then they fell off first hurdle. So, you know, if only the Champions League was won like this in league form, you know what I mean? We'd be looking at winning it, needing to win our next 2 games. But, yeah, my score prediction for tomorrow night, I'm going with Inter Milan 0, Arsenal 2. I'm actually predicting a clean sheet. Believe it or not, I'm actually going with a clean sheet.
I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
Yeah, I'm actually predicting a clean sheet for us. It's a bit wild of me to predict that, but it is what it is. In terms of the starting 11, obviously I expect Ryan goal, but I won't be mad if he play Kepa. But then again, you know, Kepa against Chelsea, 2 bit dodginess here and there, but he's going to play Raya anyway. So it's going to be Raya. I don't expect Skelly to start on the left-hand side, so I expect him to put Timber on at left back. Gabriel Saliba, Tim, and Ben White. When midfield 3, he'll go with Rice, Zubimendi, Rice, and Odegaard. And then I think he'll start sacking this game, Gyökeres, and Martinelli probably start with this time. Oh no, he might start with Trossard actually. But my 11, personally, I'd go with the same back line. But the midfield, I would go with Norgard, Eze, and Rice. In fact, no. You see, the thing is, we don't even need. We won't even. Do we really? We need the rotation, don't we? Yeah. And all we need is a point to get through to, to seal top 8. So the midfield 3, I go with Moreno, Eze, and Zubimendi. That's what I go with. And in the front 3, I'd go with Gabriel Jesus in the middle, up top. Saka's fallen off a cliff, but I'd go with Madueke on the right and Trossard on the left. That's what I'd go with. That would be my 11 tomorrow. But every time I call for Norgard to play, he ain't going to play. You know what I mean? It's just one of them things. So, yeah, that's my match prediction for this game tomorrow night. I'll be here for the watch-along, guys. Anyways, we've got two bit of Egal to react to because of a video that I saw of him. Obviously ranting, telling Arsenal fans to calm down. We're 7 points clear, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's going to be interesting getting into this. So let's talk about this. If it's going to show it, though. Here we go. Sick of them sweatsuits and them corny hats. Let's talk about it. All right, let's have a listen, guys.
Arsenal fans, calm down. Calm down. It's not so serious after every single drop point for you guys to be losing your goddamn heads. It's actually pathetic. The stuff that I'm seeing online today, off the back of the draw versus Nottingham Forest. Yes, it was a 0-0 draw. Yes, it's 2 draws back to back. Yes, it is a missed opportunity to go 9 points clear and potentially 11 with the Liverpool game also.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the point. Yeah, it could have been 11 right now. Yeah, we're in a semi-final of an EFL Cup. Yeah, we're in pole position to finish in top 8 in the Champions League. It would have been sweet right now to be 11 points clear right now. Would have been sweet. Yeah, we could rotate a lot more than maybe we're already doing. Yeah, we could have our focus, elsewhere. But now we're ever so slightly creeping forward, even though City are dropping points and we're just gaining a point. We're still putting that bigger worry on top of our heads. Yeah? Well, let's listen to him some more.
But why do you guys think we have the divine right to win every freaking game? Why do you guys feel like we have the divine right to win every single game by 2 to 3 goals and we should be blowing every team out?
Well, I'll tell you why there might be fans that might think they have a right to win every game. Because when City drop points, yeah, I don't care how these men are feeling. When City drop points, you have to pick them up in response. You have to, yeah? See, fans like this, they forget all about 2023. That season's just dead in the memory, yeah? These men don't want to think about, they don't want to go by, well, so-and-so this happened in 2023. Oh, in fact, I forgot to put my background. Hang on a minute. Because Egal's on the he's on the Mikel Arteta's carousel. So yeah. These men don't want to think about 2023 season, yeah? Because it's in the past. Yeah. These men don't think to themselves, oh well, something like that could probably happen again. No, they don't want to think like that. These men think it's sweet now because, you know, we're 7 points clear right now. City out looking the best. These men think it's all sweet out here. Okay, then. Anyways, let's let him carry on. And yeah, we'll go off there.
That's just not how it happens. That's just not how it's done. Liverpool won the league last year. They faced Nottingham Forest twice. They didn't beat them once. They still won the league.
Right. But every time we drop points, they were picking them up though, weren't they? Every time City dropped points, they were picking them up though, weren't they? They had a blip when Forest beat them at Anfield. They didn't lose until I think Fulham beat them. But they were already like 16 points clear and they could have gone 19 clear at that point. But Fulham beat them. Didn't matter, did it? Why aren't we in that position?
If I'm not mistaken, Liverpool drew to Everton last year. They still won the league. Don't forget, you don't win every single game. There's going to be drop points at some point throughout the season.
Nobody's asking to win every single game. This is what fans like this are missing. Nobody's saying we should win every single game. But I'm sorry, if City drop points, when City drop points, that's when you have to pick them up. Because then maybe, just maybe, you can be in a position later on down the line where you're 13 points clear or so, and, oh, well, we lost this game. Well, we drew this game. Just like Liverpool last season. They were in a position when they drew a game or lost a game, they were so far clear, it didn't matter. We're not there. We ain't there.
Season. But what we're dealing with here is disingenuous arguments. What we're dealing here with is disingenuous conversations. What we're dealing here with is people who are not serious. They're not serious. You're not serious. You're being idiots intentionally. You're intentionally being idiots. You're intentionally causing division. You're intentionally saying things to try to create more discussions around the manager and everything else. And I don't think some people have genuine intentions for Arsenal to be good. I don't.
So what's your intention, since though you're still on the carousel of a manager that failed year in, year out? When have you ever been right? This is a question for Egal and fans like Egal, yeah? That, you know, defend Arteta no matter what, yeah? This is the question that I have for them. When do you get to a point where you call this out for what it is? Where do you get to a point where, let's just say, for example, he doesn't get over the line this season. Let's just say he doesn't get over the line this season, yeah? At what point do you draw the line? At what point is the line drawn? I just need to know. You know what I mean? I just need to know.
Anything else. And I don't think some people have genuine intentions for Arsenal to be good.
He's talking about intentions. When have you ever been right about Arteta? This is for fans like Egal and Egal himself. When have you ever been right about Arteta? Tell us, the fans that you're talking about, tell us what you've been right about this manager as to why he should still be the manager. Yeah? Tell us. Because we've been more right than you, unfortunately. We've been more right than you. We said Arteta ain't good enough. He ain't good enough to get us over the line. His decision-making, his man management, and he's proven us right every season. What have you got? Your turn. Exactly. That's what I thought. Silence. You know what I mean? Absolute silence. That's what it'll be.
But I don't think you guys care about if Arsenal's good or not. All you probably care about is your agendas and your individuals' agendas being right or wrong, and your ego being massaged as a fan.
Yeah, this is the same guy. Yeah, this is the same guy last season. Hang on a minute.
Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
This is the same guy last season that was talking about how if Slot wins the league, then Arteta should be sacked. You can't be losing the league to Arne Slot. And now, what changed from that? Because Slot still won the league last season.
I'm waiting.
You know what I mean? Slot won the league last season, and he's still defending Arteta. Now he's talking about fans like me and others have agendas now. This is what he's talking about. Really?
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f you think you is?
I'm struggling here. So what's your agenda then? Our agenda is to win. This manager has been here so long. Literally everybody around us has won trophies. In fact, let me have a look at the league table right now. Yeah. Right. So, if I look at this league table right now, apart from Aston Villa, from 2nd to 6th, apart from Aston Villa, all those clubs have won trophies since this manager has been here. Yeah. Let's start with Man City. Since Arteta came in, Man City won the EFL Cup in 2020. They won the EFL Cup in 2021. They won the Premier League in 2021. They won the Premier League in 2022. They won the Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League in 2023. They won the Premier League in 2024. So that's 8 trophies, and I haven't included the Community Shields because we know people, don't count the Community Shields, so we'll just go off those. Yeah. Since Arteta's been here, Liverpool have won. They won the Premier League in 2020. They won the League and FA Cup double in 2022, the EFL Cup in 2024, the Premier League in 2025. That's 5 trophies. Since we won our FA Cup in 2020. Oh, well, since Arteta came in. Since he came in, we just won the FA Cup. Let's go down. So, Man United. Since Arteta has been here, Man United have won the EFL Cup and the FA Cup. Chelsea. Since Arteta has been here, they've won the Champions League, the Super Cup, the FIFA Club World Cup in 2021. 2025, they won the Europa Conference League and the FIFA Club World Cup. Oh, and they won the FIFA Club World Cup in 2021 as well. So, did I say that already? I think I might have said that already. So, 5 trophies. They won 3 in 2021, 2 in 2025. Yeah. So, if we go down further, let's go down to Newcastle. They won the EFL Cup in 2025. Let's go down even further. Crystal Palace won the FA Cup in 2025. Let's go down even further. Tottenham Hotspur won the Europa League in 2025. West Ham won the Europa Conference League in 2023. Man want to talk about agendas. Man are out here wanting to talk about agendas while I've just listed all that.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f you think you is?
Okay.
I couldn't care less how we play as long as we win the goddamn league. There's people here saying, oh my God, I can't believe we're going to win the league like this, playing like this. I wish we won the league in 2022, 2023. That would have been more deserving. This team doesn't deserve to win the league. What the fuck are we talking about? The team that deserves to win the league is the team that gets the most points, not the team that plays the best football. What are we doing? What are we doing? What is this discussion? What is this discussion? What is this discussion? The Arteta out fans are a fucking disgrace.
I beg your pardon.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f you think you is?
Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
The Arteta outers a disgrace. We're a disgrace because despite this manager being here, doing what he's been doing, sabotaging the team, freezing out players every year, decision making, rushing players back from injury. You know, despite all that we've all seen that he's been doing. Meanwhile, clubs have been making moves and they've been achieving for doing it. Yeah. We're disgraced because we've still kept a manager that's put our trophy collection on halt. Yeah. Our trophy collection is on halt since this manager's been here. And we're disgraced because we want more than just putting pressure on. Meanwhile, everybody around us has been stacking up trophies. But we're disgraced. So let me get this straight. The longer the manager's been here, the more our trophy collection has been on pause, and you defend that. But we're disgraced. We had to watch Man United, Tottenham, Chelsea were damn near fighting relegation in 2023, 2024. Yeah? They've been getting to cup finals since their European triumph in 2021. Yeah? They fell off, came back up, and now world champions. But we're a disgrace. Somebody help me out here. I'm struggling at this point.
Just help me to understand.
Chelsea fell off, came back, won trophies. We still haven't won any since. Man United, down in the dumps. Yeah. Came back, won trophies. Now they're falling off again. Who's winning a trophy first? Should be us, shouldn't it? Because Man United can't win a trophy this season. They ain't winning the league. They can't win a trophy this season now. So surely it should be us. We should land a trophy now. Yeah. Because at this point, I can't even be totally confident that we'll win a trophy before Man United get their hands on the next trophy. Yeah. Spurs, they'll sack Thomas Frank soon. Yeah. I don't think they'll win the Champions League because that's the only thing that they can win now. That's the only thing possible that's within range in terms of, it's not mathematically impossible. But let's just hope they don't get their shit together again. You know what I mean? Because last season they got European triumph. But we're disgraced, apparently. Okay, let's listen to him.
You guys are a fucking disgrace. The whole lot of you. You're a fucking disgrace.
You're going to goddamn
The disgrace of all disgraces.
Man said disgrace of all disgraces,
Fucking disgrace. You guys are a fucking disgrace. The whole lot of you. You're a fucking disgrace.
Who the fuck is this
The disgrace
asshole?
of all disgraces. In 2026, for you guys to be sitting here saying Arteta out, you're a fucking disgrace.
Boy, you don't sit
Straight
your
up.
stupid ass down.
I
Who
think
the
these
you
fans
think you is?
out, you're a fucking disgrace. Straight up. I think these fans
Shut
are
your
idiots.
bitch ass
They don't
up
know what the
before
hell-
I get to talking shit about you.
Straight up. I think these fans are idiots. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't know the difference between tactics and team selection. They're saying, oh my God, Arteta's tactics are wrong. Arteta's tactics are wrong. Arteta's tactics are wrong. His approach to the game is wrong. And then you ask them, what's the problem? They're like, oh, why did Martinelli start? They don't talk about the tactics on the pitch. They're just saying, oh, why did Martinelli start? Oh, why did not?
This manager has a bad track record of rotation. Yeah, he has a bad track record with rotation. But we're disgraced for pointing out when he's starting certain players, not starting certain players. Yeah, why isn't it starting games? Odegaard gave us stinker after stinker after stinker last season. 1 year he was getting frozen out when he could have played in Odegaard's place. Didn't want to play him. But Eze, since the hat trick against Spurs, Odegaard came back. Eze, he weren't being the absolute best, but I've seen worse from worse players, and he gets frozen out. Why? When is he going to come back in? Anyway,
Madueke start. The same people who are then going to say, oh my God, Saka needs rest. Saka needs to be rotated. We need to rotate. We need to rotate. We need to rotate. You ask them how many rotations they would make. They come out with the 11 with 17. What do you call it? They come out with what do you call it? An 11 with 7 or 6 changes. 7 or 6 changes before the Arteta made 2.
Hang on a minute, but don't we have this brilliant squad that we've got all cover for? We've got squad depth now. So wouldn't it make sense that you've got fans that are calling for 6 or 7 changes? No? Would that not make sense? Anyways.
Arteta made 2. Arteta made 2 changes. Also, there's people out here crying that we played a stronger team in the Carabao Cup. Do you not want to win trophies?
No, I don't know who's crying about that. I don't know who's crying about that because, you know, we should be going strong in the EFL Cup to win it. You know what I mean? My thing is this. This team's strong enough to rotate 2 better players and still see games out. So, but I don't know who's crying about the playing a strong side in the EFL Cup. I mean, whoever's doing that.
Hey, you ain't going too goddamn far now.
I thought you guys wanted to win trophies. What is it? You know what? We got to break this down into parts because this is starting to get ridiculous. It is starting to get ridiculous, and we need to break this down into parts. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to say, calm the hell down. Calm down. Calm down. Because
y'all sit your stupid ass down. Who the f*** you think you is?
Man says calm down. All right, let's hear him out.
Had enough. I don't think you guys are serious. I think you guys are being silly. I think you guys are not realizing what's happening in front of us. And regardless, what the hell is going on?
Right, I'll fast forward a little bit of this because I think he's sorting out his kids or something. Because I've only listened to this. I haven't watched this, but I'll listen to it because I play a lot of YouTube videos when I'm driving.
Listen,
and I have it in the background. I have like a list of videos that I put in my watch later, and I just have them all playing.
This is going to get ridiculous. It's starting to get ridiculous. Honestly. Let's break it down. Before I gotta go deal with these kids again. Honestly, let's see what some of you guys are saying in the comment section too. First things first. Egal, big up to you. The Arteta out fans are intentionally ruining our fan base. I think
intentionally ruining the fan base.
Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
Yeah, we're ruining the fan base. Meanwhile, y'all on a Arteta carousel, despite what's been happening around us. Everything that this club was meant to be doing since we moved into the Emirates Stadium, yeah? All this shit, everybody else around us have been doing. But yeah, we're ruining the fan base. I mean, honestly,
y'all sit your stupid ass down. Who the f*** you think you is?
the Arteta out conversation is probably the stupidest conversation you can have. It's probably the stupidest conversation you can have. Because last time I checked, we are still currently top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League, in a semi-final of the Carabao Cup, and we are in the fourth round of what do you call it, the FA Cup.
So my question, because if I'm you, those of you who subscribe to me, you know where I am with this. Yeah, you know I'm Arteta out. Yeah, you know I'm Arteta out. If he wins one trophy this season, you know I'm not. If Arteta wins a trophy, regardless of which one it is, I ain't gonna be screaming Arteta out, but I'm still Arteta out. We can get somebody else to take over from here. Yeah. You all know what my requirements are, because what the shit we had to put up with all these years, I need some compensation for this. But anyways, We know if Arteta wins something, yeah, there's a justification from the majority of fans, anyways, to keep him on. Some will say, well, if it's just an FA Cup, I still want him gone. If it's just a Carabao Cup, I just want him gone. If he wins the league or the Champions League, that's when I'll have him to stay, right? Fair. At least from them. Anyway, that's fair. But what if we don't win any of them, Egal? What if, from this position we're in, top of the Champions League, top of Premier League, semi-final UEFA Cup, fourth round of FA Cup, what if it comes away with nothing again? Then what? That's what he doesn't want to think about. Yeah. But last season he was quick to he had his mind made up when it came to Arne Slot winning the league, but then it happened, and then he defended Arteta by saying it's a bunch of injuries.
Shut your bitch ass up!
You know what I mean?
And I think the reason why we need to have this discussion first before we get into anything else is because you need to look at this right here. Look at this right here.
Nothing's won yet. Nothing's won yet. You know what I mean? I'd understand this video some more if we're already in the EFL Cup final and we won it. I'd understand his rant that he's having right here a little bit more, because at least he could fall back and say we've won the EFL Cup and we're in the fourth, fifth round of the FA Cup or whatever quarterfinals, probably by that point if we make it there. First in the Premier League if we still are. Champions League, we're in knockouts. But yeah, this. You think man's thinking that this makes it all sweet? Was we not here last season? We were in the semi-final last season. The only difference was we were second in the league. I can't remember where it was in the league stage of the Champions League. Oh, we got kicked out of the FA Cup early, didn't we? You know what I mean?
Arsenal don't get into these positions without Mikel Arteta as manager. At this moment in time, he has been an integral piece to this puzzle, and you guys are ready to throw the baby out of the bathwater because you have an agenda. Straight up, you can say whatever the hell you want.
Your stupid ass down. Who the f- you think you is?
You guys are ready to throw the baby out of the bathwater because you have an agenda.
Agenda. We have an agenda. Yeah, we're sick of rival clubs winning trophies ahead of us, and we're keeping a manager that's done nothing but fail. Yes, an agenda. You just couldn't make this shit up, could you?
Straight up, you can say whatever the hell you want, but this is exactly why I'm annoyed. We don't get to this position. I feel like Arsenal fans, you forgot. In case you forgot, so many of you guys are negative. In case you guys forgot, this season, how many points have we dropped? In case you guys forgot, how many times have we lost? Or you know what? Let me go to who scored.
I'm so glad Egal is bringing this up. I'm so glad, and you know what? And I wish that he'd be in here watching this as it's premiering right now. Yeah, but let's let him carry on before I destroy what he's about to do.
Is going to show you a better way. Fixtures this season. Look at our fixtures this season. All competitions. Look at our fixtures this season. All competitions. 1 second. Why is this in the? Get this out of the way. You know, I hate stupid websites like this. Why is it showing UNICEF? But yeah, Manchester United, Leeds, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Atletico Bilbao, Man City, Port Vale, Newcastle, Olympiacos, West Ham, Fulham. You could just see all these. Yeah. I'm going to come to you. Just go back in the room for a second, okay? Go back in the room. I'm going to come to you in a bit.
I'm so glad Egal's bringing this up. This is so easy to destroy. But let him get back to it.
Okay. Yeah, kid's trying to come into the room. But yeah, my point being, we played a lot of games this season. We've not dropped too many points. We've not.
Thank you. Now, let me take over. Remember the 2023 season, Egal? Yeah? Remember when we started off blitzing? How many games, at this point in 3 years ago, 2023, at this point, January 19th, how many games did we lose? How many games did we drop points in by this point 3 years ago? I recall that we lost against Man United at Old Trafford, which was our first loss that season. We then drew away at Southampton 1-1. And then we lost in the EFL Cup against Brighton at home. From what I recall, from then on, I don't think we dropped any points by this point 3 years ago.
Facts.
So we dropped 5 points from the start of the 2022-23 season up until this point. And who won the league that season? By how many points? Can you see how him bringing all those fixtures up and all them wins and all them results means fuck all? Because we drew about 5 games. Well, hold on. Have I got it up on here? Yeah, we've drawn 5 games and lost 2 so far. Both losses being Villa and Liverpool. Away at Villa and Liverpool. And then the draws, draw at home to Say, draw at home to Liverpool, draw away at Forest, draw away at Chelsea, draw away at Sunderland. Yeah? But this gets a little bit better. Because he's going to also do something else, which means fuck all, that I'm just going to destroy anyway. So let's let him carry on.
Dropped too many points. We've had a total of 2 losses all season, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 draws all season. All season, the entirety of the season, we've not dropped too much points. So why is it?
Just like 2023 season, yeah.
That whenever we drop points, people go into hysteria. They go
because 2023 season. That's why. The 2023 season, when we were playing better than this, we just defended worse than this, but we had a better record.
They go crazy. You guys can't handle a little bit of understanding. There's no logic here. You guys can't understand that it's a.
We were 8 points clear of Man City, all for the large portion of that season. We still fumbled it, but let's let him go to where he's gonna go, because it's gonna get interesting now.
Long season, there is going to be points where you drop points. We're gonna probably lose games from now to the end of the season. We're gonna probably drop points from now to the end of the season. It's not the end of the world.
Well, it fucking is at 7 points clear. You think that's enough? If we were 12, 13, 14 points clear, yeah, that's a cushy position versus 7. That's a cushy position. But y'all need to remember this, just in case.
Pokeball, go!
Because man are just forgetting about 2023 season. There's nothing to say shit like that might not happen again.
Again!
Anyways.
There's more than enough games for us to not only still win this league, we're currently still in a very good position. And that's my point. My point is, look at the amount of games. These are the games remaining. From now to...
Now this, again, I'm going to destroy him again on this. So let's let him do it. Let's let him jump in the lava. Yeah? He hasn't realized he's burning yet. But let's let him do it.
The end of the season. These are the games remaining from now to the end of the season. I look at the Inter game, we could really rotate the team and I wouldn't have a worry because we could still win the game at home and still finish top of the Champions League. Manchester United is the next tough game we have in the league. Then we play Leeds away. Then we play Chelsea in the League Cup semi-final. Again, we win that game. We go through to a final. We're going to play that final at some point through March around here. Then after that, we play Sunderland, Brentford. We play Wigan in the FA Cup. Good opportunity for us to go to the next round of the FA Cup and potentially see ourselves at Wembley. We're going to go to Tottenham away in February. We're going to have... I'm going to come to you. Just wait. Can you stay in the room, please? And then what do you call it? What else is there? Let me show you guys what else there is, because I just feel like the whole.
Okay, so he's brought up the fixtures as we can see on the screen there. Yeah. So first off, I just want to say that if we get to the EFL Cup final, that game against Wolves gets moved. Yeah, that away game against Wolves. Okay. So, who remembers the 2023 season? By this point in 2023, we only lost one game and drew another. But then, FA Cup came around a few days from now, 3 years ago, where we lost against Man City at the Etihad in the FA Cup. Since then, I know they played us at the Emirates not long after that, and they beat us 3-1. So that was another loss. Yeah. Everton also beat us. I think they beat us around about this time, actually, or might have been the first week of February in 2023 when Sean Dyche came in at Everton and they beat us 1-0. Yeah. Brentford also took points off us by drawing 1-1 at home. Then we were fine. We were doing what we were doing. And then we got round to April Fool's Day. We had Leeds United at home. We smoked them 4-1. Trossard was balling. And then the rest of April struck. And then this manager, Mikel Arteta, who Egal's on the carousel for, decided, let me freeze out my best player in the team, my most informed player in the team currently, in Trossard, who we just signed, by benching him throughout April. And funny enough, we played West Ham away from home. We then played Liverpool away from home. We then played Southampton at home. Then we had to go back to the Etihad, but this time in the Premier League. Yeah? Now, when I list off those 4 fixtures, yeah, if you'd have rewind back to this time in 2023, and I mentioned those 4 fixtures, who would have thought we would be winless in 4? Who would have thought we would go 2-0 up in a couple of those games and bottle it and draw 2-2? Who saw that coming? So, he's on about these fixtures. And I said this in one of my other videos, yeah? So let's go from March. We play Chelsea, Brighton, Everton, Wolves, unless we get to the cup final. Bournemouth at home. How do we know somewhere between, let's just go after Chelsea, let's just go from the 4th of March till the 25th of April. Oh, no. From the 4th of March to the 2nd of May. Who thinks it's impossible that this Arsenal side could go winless in about 3, 4, 5 games in that period? Who would see that coming? Nobody, would you? You wouldn't see it coming, would you? Just off the surface. You wouldn't think to yourselves, we won't beat Brighton, we won't beat Everton, we won't beat Wolves, we won't beat Bournemouth. You wouldn't think that, would you? But that could happen. Yeah? That could happen. Y'all are sleeping on Wolves away from home. Y'all are sleeping on Bournemouth at home. Y'all are sleeping on Brighton away, Brentford away, Everton at home. Y'all are sleeping on that. And that's exactly what happened when we bottled the league in 2023. We slept on West Ham. We slept on Liverpool. We slept on Southampton. Yeah? It didn't even matter City beat us twice. If we'd have took care of our home games, yeah, in the home games we dropped points in that season, we win the league. But the City ground, going to Goodison Park, going to the Etihad and not getting a win didn't matter. But Egal, he's looking at this and thinking, well, look at fixtures, mate. It's in our favour. Okay. Let's hope that it is. Yeah? Let's hope it is. Let's hope there's no banana skin. But I ain't sleeping on these fixtures. It is very possible that at least between playing Brighton away and City away, it's very possible that we don't win the majority of those games there. And you look at the way we're playing right now, I don't see no improvement.
Whole discussion and conversation is going crazy. I need to just get you guys to relax and calm the hell down, because you need to realize perspective. There's a bunch of games remaining this season. The season's not done. The season's nowhere near being done. But we're still in a very, very good position, especially in the league. Especially in the league. At this moment in time, it is a 7-point gap between Arsenal and Man City. And if you want to say if Aston Villa win, it's a 4-point gap, fair.
Aston Villa, I was never worried about. Oh, I didn't even show it on my screen. I didn't even show this on my screen. My bad. Aston Villa, I was never worried about. Aston Villa is not a worry to me. And I know who Aston Villa are. Like, obviously, Egal recorded this before Villa lost at home to Everton. I wasn't worried about Villa. The Unai Emery Shillers were worried about Villa. I know what the deal is. I knew if Villa had the chance to go to put the pressure on City at this point, and us, because we only picked up a point and they couldn't do it. Lost at home to Everton. Everton have beaten them there since they got relegated. Since Villa were relegated. This season they got relegated 10 years ago. You know what I mean? I know what the deal is. This is Unai Emery 101. We had him as manager. We had him long enough for me to know what the deal is, because I seen that he's the same Unai Emery he was at Arsenal as he is for Villa, minus a cup final. So it is. But I'm one of the few people that can see the same Unai Emery, whereas everybody else is like, oh, he'd win his league, mate. No, the fuck he wouldn't. Anyways, I'll only play a little bit more of this and then I'm done.
But Aston Villa themselves, Aston Villa have their flaws, and I'm going to show you guys their remaining fixtures, because I don't think Aston Villa is going to win this league either.
Yeah, don't need to worry about that.
I think Aston Villa is they're also going to obviously lose. They still have to travel to Man City. You guys are not going to.
Yeah, don't sleep on the fact that don't think that Villa are going to be relaxed for that game, especially if it's close to the table. It's only if top four's that threat, Unai Emery is going to be like, nah, I need top four. You know what I mean? Egal sleeps on these fixtures, you know.
Win the league, honestly. I don't think they have what it takes to go the rest of the way. Plus, they have some major injuries. They could drop points today versus Everton. If you look at their team today versus Everton,
which they did, because that Jock Stewart looking ass, I know what the deal is with him.
They're gonna. If you go to the preview and you go to who they have out today versus Everton, these guys have Kamara, Abubakar Kamara, and Onana potentially out. So they're gonna drop points also. So I don't get the whole outrage.
It's not them I'm worried. It's not even them that we should be even worried about. Man City have been this far behind us before and a bit further and still in the league. Yeah, this City looks different this time. It looks worse. Yeah. But we ain't capitalizing performance-wise either. We're scraping a point here and there. It's going to get to a point where City will win a game and we'll lose a game. Then it's 4 points.
Still in a very good position. We look at the league. Let me go back to this image. We're still in a very good position. We're still first in these competitions. We're still in a comfortable position across the league. And this is where we need to relax and understand it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Egal, stop fighting non-believers and doubters. You know what? I can't help.
Anyways, I'm done with this. I'm not going to listen to no more of none of that. You know, man's still on the carousel. He's on the Arteta carousel. Is what it is, innit? But we're the ones that what is it? Disgrace? You said we're disgraceful. Okay. You sleep on the fact that those fixtures later on in the season. You go ahead, think it's all sweet. Yeah. You go ahead and think it's all sweet. Let's just hope that we brush all these men aside and we win this league. Let's just hope that we win the EFL Cup. Let's just hope that we win the lot. Let's just hope that we do. But we, rightfully so, have our concerns. And this is what I don't like. Yeah? It's worse when non-Arsenal fans do it. But this is what I don't like. People you try to undermine Arsenal fans that have seen this before. You know what I mean? We've seen us better than this and still not win. So if I'm seeing us playing like this, you know what I mean? A chance to pull so far clear and we just don't do it. Literally, whether we beat Man United or not on Sunday depends on what City do against Wolves at this point. 2 games, 2 draws. We just want to draw alongside with City. What we're going to do? Draw our way to the league title? Is that what we're trying to do? Do we want to win this league or not? Anyways, guys, I'm going to put the timestamp below anyway. Like the stream, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. The link is in the description below. Obviously, it's a match preview / reaction to Egal. So I'll be timestamping it to separate. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the watch along for the Inter versus Arsenal in the Champions League. And then we'll be right back again for the weekend against Man United on Sunday. Anyways, guys, see you then. Peace.
And if anyone wants to have a come at me...
Meet me in the car park, bro. Meet me in the car park.
Because I'm a black belt in karate.
Stop the cap.
Come and have a pop.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.